extent has Vladimir Putin been weakened by recent events?
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home.
Idiot.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What's going on out there, peeps? All right, so Iraq has passed the budget, as we are all aware, and shakers and movers are starting to come out. Remember, I said once the budget is passed, get ready. We're going to find out the true colors about the current government that's in power. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a moment. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. I was also reminded by somebody that they are a member on my Odyssey channel. And they're like, you got videos going back further than 2 years. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So if you guys want to see some older videos, head on over there and check them out. A couple of things that are weird about this picture. Like, what is this? How come there is a red square there? It looks like this light is beaming on it. And what's with this snake looking thing over here? Anyways, it's just things you notice when you're just paying attention to this crazy picture. So yeah, it's good to see that Iraq is holding up very well against Putin. I was concerned that they wouldn't be able to fight Putin. And that guy's an idiot, and he's our president. Sheesh, Manish. So what is that picture for? Well, Saudi Arabia is ready to finance the Bismillah project, an important investment mark. So this is like, think of it as affordable housing is what it is. And there's a lot of it. As a matter of fact, when you go on Google Earth and look up where this location is, there are several of these types of houses there, which housing is a problem over in Baghdad. So this is going to help with that issue. So these people are going to be moving, in some cases, literally from like huts into actual apartments with running water and everything else, which I would imagine is pretty exciting for anybody that's not had a place with running water or an inside bathroom. But anyway, Saudi Arabia is financing this project to help get it going. An Iraqi insider said the need to bridge investment relations with Saudi Arabia, especially with the Ministry of Investment and the Saudi Investment Fund, as it is one of the major funds in the world to determine financing paths for major strategic projects of a service nature for citizens, noting the importance of completing residential units and infrastructure within the Bismillah complex and initiating the best service to residents. Somebody told me that a lot of those complexes have like room service for the tenants. If that's true, that'd be pretty cool. The priorities set by the program for the Iraqi government are to address the housing crisis and establish major cities throughout the governance of Iraq, pointing to the seriousness of Prime Minister al-Sudani in finding solutions that cover the needs of Iraqi citizens for the adequate housing through agreement with investment companies and investors to establish housing complex worthy of them. Well, wait a minute. What happened to the housing that was going to be provided to you by Joe Biden's brother? I mean, Iraq awarded him $1.5 billion for housing in Iraq. And at one time, there was a delay in doing anything about it. So I never did find out whether or not he went back and completed this project. I doubt it. But we'll talk more about real estate here in just a moment. So although the world doesn't care if the Bible gets burnt, apparently if you burn a Quran, all hell breaks loose. So over in Sweden, cops stood by as a citizen burned pages in the Quran. The cops simply said people have the right to freedom of expression. And now the embassy over in Iraq for Sweden has been getting a lot of protesters, and they're really pissed off. Again, nobody cries or complains when you burn the Bible. It's interesting how united, and it's admirable, by the way, Muslims become when you're dealing with the Quran. If you burn it or desecrate it in any way, shape, or form and do it on video, whoo, man, all hell breaks loose. Anyways, back to real estate. I told you once the budget is passed, then we'll get a better idea of what kind of government we're dealing with. I was concerned that the corruption would start to rear its ugly head. And most likely, one of the places that's going to be doing that is in real estate. A building boom fueled by corruption is changing the face of Baghdad. So see, this is what I'm talking about. We'll see their true colors. It's a lucrative time for the Iraqi developers, held by politicians as a sign of Baghdad's revival. But the real estate market is also a magnet for dirty money. As high oil prices flood Iraq's markets with cash and U.S.-backed regulations on international dollar transactions limit the transfers of ill-gotten wealth abroad. Prices are high in part because of money laundering and corruption. When it's hard for people to send their money outside the country, they put it into property here. Brokers smooth the process, no questions asked, for a cut of the sale or a monthly retainer. The cash arrives in suitcases, plastic bags, even ice cream cone tubs. I've been eating the wrong ice cream, apparently. Observers say, and the paper trail is hard to unwind. Iraq's land and property registration process is still paper-based, and this is how a lot of corruption happened over in Iraq. Most of the businesses there are paper-based. That's why when you hear about infrastructure with certain companies, like in banking, instead of doing everything by paper, their computers are in there. They have updated technology. They did the same thing with the ports for the shipping over there in Iraq. They changed that as well. And when they did so, they nailed a ton of corrupt senior advisors there. But still, there's a very large portion of the public and private sector that are paper-based, which is bad for Iraq. Data is not shared between government agencies. In many cases, the transactions are recorded in the names of relatives or associates, further shielding the true owners from scrutiny. So yeah, when you are a corrupt politician like the Democrats over there in Iraq, after a while you start to learn the system. So it's not surprising to find out that they have a system that they use to not only breed corruption, but also how to cover it up as well. Said that part is a whole industry in itself, said one broker who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss the illicit dealings. Discretion is part of the business plan, he smiled. I know with the new banking regulations, with the transmittal of funds, I know the United States is going to be keeping a close eye on Iraq and their distribution of the budget to the necessary projects that they were supposed to go to, but especially those funds that were put aside for the people of Iraq and their monthly needs. As you can clearly see, people are already keeping an eye out for areas in which corruption is rampant and with expectation of corruptions, which is bad. Anyways, that's it for now. You guys let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.